Welcome back. This is the MJ Show. I'm Mihir Joshi and my guest today is the lovely, the brilliant Shruti Pathak. We've been talking to her about a whole bunch of things. Actually, we first talked about her new band, which is called Guzzler. And now we're going to talk about Coke Studio and we're going to talk about her Bollywood work. So Shruti, you've been involved with Coke Studio since its very first season here in India.
That's right.
In season 1, you sang with
Shafqat Amanatali.
And a bit with Kailash Kher also.
Yes, a little bit with Kailash Kher.
Okay.
And season 2, I was a part of Karsh Kale's episode.
Yeah.
Where I did 2 songs,
right.
One with Karsh Kale and Benny Dayal.
Correct.
And
which is called Glorious.
It's called Glorious.
Link for that is right here. Please check out that song. I love that song. Totally recommend it for everybody.
Thank you.
So Glorious and the other one was?
And the other one is called Shedding Skin.
Yeah.
A beautiful track. Again, please hear.
Please check Shedding Skin as well. So 2 songs right away. I'm going to give you a chance to see them. Shedding Skin also features
Shilpa Rao, Monali Thakur and Apeksha
Dandekar. Fantastic song. I think Karsh Kale is a genius. Karsh, if you
really
get to see this video, I want you on the MJ Show very soon. We'll talk about all these fantastic musicians you're collaborating with. But yes, I think he's brilliant, and that song, I think Glorious itself was such a phenomenal song. And I think very, I'm sure it must have been fun for you as well, right?
It was
Slightly
a total
different.
fun for me because all my Bollywood songs that I've done so far, they're all like lower octave, like really melodious, slow numbers.
Correct.
So I've always sung like very softly, and so this was for the first time where I was like, okay, open your throat and sing. So it was a different experience for me.
Yeah.
And I totally had a blast because not many people know this side of me.
Yeah.
Because they've obviously heard me
singing the
ballads and like lower octave especially.
Correct.
So yeah, this time around I got the liberty to just sing the way I want.
But you know what's really interesting is traditionally in Bollywood, when you get a female playback singer, you want them to be this really high, you know, it's almost like Lataji's voice, you know, was like if you take that as a benchmark for what female
that
playback singers should be.
Playback singers.
And her voice was like really high and, you know, very sweet sounding. And it's so nice to see that Bollywood music directors now want to experiment with women singing in a nice low sound, very beautiful. And I love your songs in Bollywood. I think all of them that you've done, the ballads that you're talking about, are phenomenal. We're going to talk about the Bollywood stuff, but let's talk about season 3 of Coke Studio as well.
Season 3, I'm a part of Hitesh Sonic's episode. I'm singing with the Hansraj Hans. He's such a killer singer. He's got the voice like it's like again shake the walls. It's that strong. So yeah, it was great fun singing with him because he's got such a strong personality and also that kind of voice. So to match up to his caliber was very challenging and great fun.
Fantastic. I think that episode will be on television very soon.
Yes,
and
very soon.
Whenever it is uploaded on YouTube, you will get a chance to see the song that she's done with them on the MJ Show as well. We'll put up a link and you can check that out. I think it's fantastic. I mean, all of the stuff that you've done on Coke Studio has been really, really interesting. And I know that, you know, you like the whole aspect of working in things which are beyond what you get to do in Bollywood. I mean, we spoke about Guzzler. Do you think the kind of influences that you've had with working with these musicians in Coke Studio would probably sort of creep into your own songwriting, your styles?
Yes,
absolutely. Would you like to try out things that you've done there?
Definitely. And that's why I came out with Guzzler, because I wanted to experiment
with different sounds and ideas.
Yeah, with different sounds. Keeping the core, you know, of ghazals. So yeah, I'm absolutely influenced to beat Shafqat, because as a singer, he's brilliant.
Phenomenal.
He's got this really, you know, very, very soulful singing. So beat him or beat Karsh Kale, who's again like another level of brilliance of music, you know. So that was also very, very inspiring, and I learned a lot during Coke Studios because we were rehearsing day in, day out, and we hung out, we made music. I've also sung for his last album called Cinema, so which was a couple of years ago, but it released last year, and yeah, it was great fun. So we've learned a lot during this whole process of doing independent music and working with different kind of musicians, be it Salim Suleiman or be it Vishal-Shekar. So there's a lot that I've learned, and I think I'm just gonna grab every opportunity to do something with it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, let's actually, one more thing I just remembered is something that you guys might not know. In season 1, you did a song with Papon.
Yes.
Which did not get released back then.
Yes. Season 1 at Coke Studios, Papon and I had done a folk fusion. So which was an Assamese folk, which Papon was singing and I was singing Gujarati folk song.
Okay.
So we kind of fused it really well, and we worked, and we in fact also shot the video.
Okay.
We shot it for the episode, but it never released because of some technical error, and it did not work out. But now the amazing thing is that the same song, the Assamese folk with Papon, they've reinvented it with Harshdeep. So it's amazing, how languages are not
a barrier for
great music. So
now, I think it would be really interesting. I think maybe at some point, here's the wish for the MJ show. Maybe we'll get Harshdeep, Papon and Shruti in an episode together and get them to sing it together. How fun would that be? A bit of Gujarati, a bit of Punjabi and a bit of Assamese in the same song. Let's keep that as a wish list thing for the MJ show, and let's make it happen at some point of time. Okay, let's get into your Bollywood stuff now. I know that you've released quite a few songs in Bollywood. You've got a few more in the pipeline, which we cannot talk about. They'll come and we will get to know about them. When they release, we'll get her back on the show and talk about them.
Absolutely.
But even the songs that you have released so far, people have really loved them. I think the first sort of big hit would have been Marjawan.
Yes, Marjawan from Fashion. That was my first song ever.
Right.
So that was my debut song, and I don't think I could have asked for a better song as a debut. It was just tailor-made.
Yeah.
And all credit goes to Salim and Suleiman for giving me the song. They just did not give me my first break, but also the fact that as you rightly mentioned earlier, that in the initial days, like earlier, how like a playback singer female would have a sweet tone, high tone.
Yeah.
So this was like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
We were, as in Salim Suleiman, I think they opened floodgates for different kind of tones. I think it was just around the same time that this new trend started, and I'm glad to be one of the
No, I think it was fantastic. The song was beautiful, and like you said, Salim Suleiman have done some great work.
Yes, musically. absolutely. I think everything, be it Marjawan or be it Rasiya from Kurban.
Yeah.
It's a classical song. It could have been done in the typical way, but the way they've put it up, I think it was just really different and very I think it was beautiful.
I think it's great. I'm going to give you a chance to see the video for Marjawan. We're going to put up a link of that right now. But before you actually click on this link and check out the video, can I hear you sing it here a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Marjawan from the film Fashion. Marjawan, तेरे इश्क पे मर जावा, भीगे भीगे सपनों का जैसे खत है, हाय गिली गिली चाहत की जैसे लत है, मर जावा.
Beautiful. Well, got to talk about the fact that you also wrote a song around this time, right? You did a song for Devdi, Payaliya. And you wrote the song. You were the lyricist for the song as well.
Yes.
And how was that experience?
Okay, the composer of this song, Payaliya from Devdi, is Amit Travedi. And Amit Travedi is a very, very dear friend. We've been friends much before we all started singing and working professionally into music. So he's a great friend, and he knows that, we've worked. He knows that I also write.
Yeah.
So when he was working on Devdi, and he came up with a song called Payaliya, and he had this idea of how he wanted to go about the song, and the lyrics. And I heard the song and I totally loved it, and he had called me actually to sing the song, and I told him that, I'd love to write it.
Nice.
So, because he knew that I write, and he could totally trust me with it. So, it was nice. As a friend also, he trusted me with the song.
Very cool. It's such a beautiful
That's how
song.
it happened. It's a beautiful
song.
number. It's extremely special because I've been a part of it from the very beginning. You know,
Correct.
even while he was making the song to me writing it
Nice.
and then singing it, and then obviously the song did really well.
Yeah. You know, after that you had a lot of interesting songs that you've done, but I also enjoyed the songs that you did in Anjana Anjani very
Right.
much. You did 2 songs in that,
Two
right?
songs in Anjana
Which
Anjani,
were?
which was Tujhe Bhula Diya and Aas Paas Khuda. Tujhe Bhula Diya is extremely special because it's such a beautiful song. You know, it's extremely well composed, well written, and you know the tune itself is so good that you know it just comes naturally to emote it correctly. And the most interesting thing was that this song was actually not recorded, finally dubbed.
Oh, okay.
So this was I'd done a scratch for them.
Okay.
And they released that.
You're talking about Vishal-Shekar?
Yeah, Vishal and Shekhar. And I kept telling Vishal and Shekhar that, you know, please let me record it again. They were like, no, it's just sounding perfect. We don't want to touch it. And I wasn't too sure, but when I heard it, I think I would agree with them.
I think people loved the song. I think the song was really well received.
Yeah, it was so well received. Like even now when I go on stage, the moment I start singing, Naina lagiyan barishan, and people just go nuts, and it just feels so good.
How about you sing a little bit more of that? Don't tease people. Like, you know, it's like half a line you sing and then you let it go. So a little bit more.
Naina lagiyan barishan, te sukke sukke sapne vi pich gaye. Naina lagiyan barishan, rove palkan de kone vich neend meri. नैना लगियां बारिशां हंज डिगदे नी चोट लगे दिल ते नैना लगियां बारिशां रुत बिरहां दे बदला दी छा गई.
Lovely. That was so beautiful. Fantastic to have Shruti here on the show, and you know, it's just such a joy for me. This is, I think, genuinely, this is one of the things that I loved most about being a radio jockey and now doing the MJ show. Just to get to listen to songs that you all love, that I love, right here, like in front of me, like 2 feet away, she's sitting. Not even 2 feet. I'm not measuring. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I love the song, and so after doing songs like these, I think doing the song in RA1 must have been like, again, diametrically opposite.
Absolutely, like because obviously the kind of song that it is, it's totally different from the stuff that I've done before.
Yeah.
Be it Rasiya, which is a classical song.
Right.
Paella is a very love, semi-classical.
Correct.
Marjawan is a lounge. Naina Lagiyan Barishan is complete breakup, tabla dholak vibe. Aas Paas Khuda was a Sufi number.
Correct.
Then Jile from Luck was a hip hop, funk thing, and then was Criminal from Rawan, and which blew me away was the part that blew me away was singing with Akon.
Yeah.
So I think that was the best thing.
I think it's pretty cool that I think it shows that Vishal-Shekar gave the music for this.
Yes.
It's so cool that they knew that okay, you can do the way the songs that you do, and then come and do a Criminal as well. You know?
I think it was just very sweet of them to have me experiment with myself.
And again, a massive hit. People loved that song.
Yeah, people loved it, and I think it was very well received. I was super excited to be a part of it because Akon was also singing it. So.
Absolutely. I think one of the latest songs was from Kai Poche, right?
That's right. That's right.
I think it's gonna be this year's biggest Dandiya hit song. I'm telling you, it is like tailor-made for it, and you're gonna hear it all across Mumbai and all across. But not just Mumbai, all across the country, and everyone's going to be dancing to it this year. I think they've been dancing already, and I think it's going to be perfect for this season.
Yeah, and I think I've never got such a crazy response for any of my songs.
Yeah.
And honestly, like because I knew that it's a Gujarati song and a Gujarati Hindi mix, and I wasn't expecting like such a massive response.
Yeah.
Which I would have, probably if it was a Hindi song, but because it was a little regional, I wasn't expecting what it turned out to be. This has turned out to be magical.
Yeah.
Not just Gujaratis, but even like I get fan mails and messages from across the world, you know, and people from like even non-Gujaratis are loving the song.
No, absolutely, such a fantastic
song. It's got such a great vibe, and the film was also did really well, and it was great working with Amit again, you know, on Kai Poche. And also because I've written the part that I've sung. So,
lovely. Okay.
So it was again that I was working with Amit in a very detailed way. I was writing and singing for Amit. So it was great fun.
You know what? Feedback is great. She'd love it. I'd love it too. My Twitter handle is @musicmanmihir. Shruti is @Shruti Pathak 9. Write to us on Twitter. Tell us what you think about. Well, you can talk to us about the MJ show. You can just write to her and tell her how awesome she is, because I know you all love her and her songs. So that kind of covers most of what's happened with Bollywood and all the important things. You got a few movies coming out soon.
That's right.
And we don't talk about things that have not yet released, so we'll do that later on at some point in time. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a rapid fire round with Shruti, and that's going to happen in part 3. So make sure you come back. It's ridiculously hot here, but that's how we like it. It's all candid. You're seeing us. Well, she doesn't sweat because she's a girl and she's perfect. I'm sweating my ass off. I'm going to dry off a little bit, and I'll see you in part 3 with a rapid fire round with Shruti.